美南集团董事长李蔚华本月21日在由美国华人博物馆举办的宝藏上路论坛上，分享华人躋身主流社会以及41年来创办美南报业之心路历程，请看详细报道。
Yes, I came to San Francisco 1971, February 23rd. That I came to Texas. The people say, why you go to Texas? I said, we go to school in Texas. So I went to Lamar University. In that time, 1974, we don't have to pay tuition because Texas is so rich when you go to graduate school. So my wife and I graduated from Lamar University, I think 1975 with a master's degree, and then we moved to Houston. So when I moved to Houston, I met one of the lawyers, Mr. William Sim. He said, I told Mr. Sim, I said, I want to stay here, America, because I was studying political science. That I couldn't get a job. So William said, you might as well start a newspaper so you can get your green card. So by the time we get newspaper published, I get my green card. That's the whole story. So later on, we continue doing the newspaper business since 1979. So Houston was booming. I was published once a week newspaper. But when the booming time, I try to put out twice a week. When I go to the printer, he said, hey, Mr. Lee, sorry, I cannot print you twice a week. I said, what's going on? I said, we're so busy, this is a big printing press. So I decided to say maybe I could buy my own press. Well, I also get advice from one of my very good friends in Los Angeles. He said, Mr. Lee, when you want to run the newspaper business, you must own the press, like you own the restaurant. If you don't have a kitchen, how can you cook? So one day, 1982, so I went to the banker. I said, the guy named Mike, I said, Mike, I want to buy the printing press. He said, how much? I said, $195,000. In that time, I can buy 5 houses in Houston. My wife said, you crazy, you're gonna buy a printing press and then instead of buying 5 houses. So finally I really purchased the printing press. So I'm very proud. Up to date, I print about more than 100, all kind of newspaper in my plant. Well, when I look back 35 some years ago, without the printing press, I don't think my newspaper could survive, okay? So I really make a big decision on that time, but of course, today I become one of the largest Asian publishing company, basically in this part of the United States. But Vietnamese, Korean, all kind of paper, I still service to them. So I think this is a very important point. So our committee, international committee, we can have a voice, still have a voice